Hi, hello, welcome back to another video here on my channel. Today I'm actually doing my first Amazon book haul. I think I may have gotten just a few books, just a few. I ended up having a $50 gift card to Amazon and I did buy all of these books with that gift card. Besides the fact that I also put 2 parts for our dually on there that were pretty much about $20. But first, before we get into the actual unboxing and Amazon haul, I want to go over books that I've kind of thrifted or gotten in the past, which if you haven't seen by then, hopefully by this video comes out, my thrift with me, it's like a vlog, day in my life video that should be posted. So some of these books are in that, but not all of them. First, not too many days ago, actually I think a week ago now, I ended up seeing The Order of the Phoenix. This is the 5th book in the Harry Potter series. I read Harry Potter in 2023, but I have paperback of this, The Prisoner of Azkaban, and I do believe the first one. So I'm slowly transitioning them all to hardback since I had more in hardback originally than I did in paperback. So I'm giving this one away to like a My Free Little Library, and I ended up finding this one, this hardback, for a couple bucks at Goodwill. In that thrifting vlog, I also found every book but one of them. It's a yellow book. I can't remember the order. I think it's the 3rd book or 2nd book, but I ended up finding the Game of Thrones series at Goodwill. This was an exciting find because I've been looking to get this series and I didn't realize that this style book, yes, these are like the smaller, I think they're trade paperback, but there's also the bigger versions at half price books or Barnes & Nobles. I did thrift these ones, but I almost wish I would have got full-size books. I also thrifted a book called The Longest Winter. I was kind of going into the Airman's Attic on base to kind of see some books that I'd like to put in the free little library video, but also things that looked a little interesting. So if I wanted to read them, I would pick them up and then I would read them. For some reason, I like this cover. On the back, it says Scott's Northern Party played an important role in his iconic last expedition, but how did they survive? I assume they get stranded in the cold, maybe up on a mountain. I just thought it was kind of interesting, so I did pick it up. I haven't read this one just quite yet, but I think soon I will try and get around to see if I do want to read it, and if I don't, then I'll just donate it. This is a thriller called The Store by Bentley Little. It has a blurb from Stephen King on the front, and then not too many weeks ago, I walked into the Dollar Tree to get a few cleaning supplies and some other random stuff, and I ended up seeing this in the book section. So I don't know if this is going to be good or not, but I do believe because it is a blurb from Stephen King, it has high potential, and for whatever reason, I was just really in the mood to pick up a thriller, and this kind of called to me, not because it's kind of weird looking, but just because it was a thriller. Then we have a book that I'm kind of in the middle of, or almost in the middle of. This is Pearl Harbor's Final Warning. I picked this up a while ago in the same video, in that thrift video, and this is basically just about a message that arrived too late. I'm getting to the part where we're understanding what the message is. It's very interesting to actually read about. Then I also found The Hobbit. With the Game of Thrones, I also really wanted to read a lot of J.R.R. Tolkien's books, and since I found this, it's not in like the best condition, but in all honesty, for a couple bucks, I was totally fine with it. And then in the same trip, same Goodwill that I ended up finding the Harry Potter book, I also found Remember the Alamo, and I just love older style books, especially the binding, because it's just so much better quality. This is a 50s book from the 1950s, and I just love how it looks. It also has like little photos that I felt like would be pretty decent to read to our son, or just eventually to maybe read myself. So I did pick this up. I have this technically on my TBR, my physical TBR, but if I don't feel like reading it, then I can just cross it off because it's more so a kid's book, I feel like. Those are all the books that I've thrifted and kind of accumulated over the last couple weeks to maybe a couple months. I just wanted to include them into here. And now let's get into the actual reason I made this video, which is the Amazon haul. I had to get into this one. So imagine me just ripping it open. I have 2 books from Lucy Score's Knock 'em Out series. This is book 1 and also book 3. I ended up thrifting book 2 many months ago, and then I decided with that $50 I was going to try and complete series or get books that I'm really looking for and not just ones that are standalones or completely by themselves. So I picked these 2 up to finish that series, and I'm actually really excited to get into this series. My handy dandy little tiny baby knife. I feel like I almost cut the book right there. The real reason I really wanted to order books off Amazon was because at the end of January, beginning of February, I read this duology with a novella, and I wanted to complete it, and I wanted a specific cover. I have Maybe Now by Colleen Hoover. This was actually from a library, so it's got a little bit of like library stickers on it. But I wanted specifically this cover because the first 2 books, Maybe Someday and then also Maybe Not, are in this cover, this style cover. So I scoured the internet and I was hoping to get this exact cover and not the revamped one that is like more orange and brown and very vivid. I just wanted them all to match, and I'm very happy that they actually sent me the one that I was wanting. And now I'm also happy that I can cross this whole series off my list because this is the last book that I needed. Such a tiny box. Oh, I have The Housemaid. I ordered this because in my little community that we live in, we have a book club, and this was February's book of the month, and we are actually halfway through February, so I feel like I should keep this now and also try and read it. I was going to buy this no matter what, and it just so happened that I ended up getting that $50 gift card, so I went ahead and used that. I've heard such great things about this. I've heard some people don't like the second one because apparently the second one is just like the first one, just same character, main character, but different family or something like that. So I'm intrigued to see because a lot of people rate this 4 or 5 stars. It's very much hyped, and I'm just kind of curious of what all the talk is, and I want to know if I find it very interesting or not. I'm sad this is my last box. I'm having fun kind of opening these. Oh, you know, even though I ordered these, I forgot what some of these were. Again, I thrifted a book last year, not knowing it was not a standalone and it was actually part of a duology. And also, I always said to my husband, when these certain books that were really hyped up on Book Talk and BookTube came to thrift stores, I was going to buy them. I have It Starts With Us. I ended up thrifting the book called It Ends With Us, which after I did that, and after I've also bought this one, I heard a lot of people talking about this series and how much they hate this series. So I'm intrigued to also see if I don't like it, or because I'm not that big into romance, I don't read that much romance, if I just find it like, oh, it's okay, or if I actually like it for some reason. These are the books for my Amazon haul, so a lot of blue going on, a lot of romance, a lot of Colleen Hoover too, and Lucy Score, which Lucy Score is pretty good. And then here are the books that I also included into this little Amazon haul, but I actually thrifted these, and I just kind of wanted to make this whole video a big book haul. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I'm so excited to get a few more extra books. I know it wasn't a very big Amazon book haul, and I know unboxing some of the books, a lot of them came in the same package, so there wasn't a lot of packages. I feel like this would be nice to every so many months do how many books I picked up from the last book haul, either thrifted, bought on Amazon, or however I accumulated them. I feel like making these videos would be really exciting here in the future. As always, subscribe, stay tuned for any videos coming to my channel, or even look down in the playlist for any ones I've already made. I hope to see y'all next week, and God bless.